Hey guys, welcome back to 9180. I'm here at the Carriage house, and after I gave you the update on the venue restroom, I realized that I was really past due on updating you here in the Honeymoon suite. The last time you saw this space, it looked completely different. It was in video 96, and it was the first week of March. We're now in the first week of July. I can probably only use pregnancy brain as an excuse so many times, but for whatever reason, I have just been really bad about updating. Much like the venue restroom, this space is not complete, and much like the venue restroom, it probably won't be finished until after the baby arrives. So I did want to go ahead and at least let you see what's been done so far. So in video 96, I actually had the camera set up on the other side of this wall because, well, there was no wall at all. The camera was facing the fireplace and the windows with the views, and you could see the French doors off to the side. Well, actually the French doors are now behind the camera, and obviously I couldn't place the camera in its original spot because you wouldn't be able to see the room. There is now a wall there. It took a really long time to get to where we're at, and not because it's the kind of project that should take that long. It's just because, well, I don't like to generalize. I don't want to say that all subcontractors are unreliable. In fact, our electrician, Harry Potter, he always shows up when he says he's going to show up and does what he says he's going to do. And so does our HVAC guy, Alan Barnes. But as far as the other contractors we've had the pleasure of working with, they kind of just show up when they feel like it. And sometimes that's not at all. And if you're the kind of person who thinks that contractors need to show up when they say they're going to show up and do what they say they're going to do, and that everything should be done on schedule, you might not ever want to go into renovation because when they say that they'll be here on Tuesday, they might mean next Tuesday, they might mean the Tuesday after that. And because building this wall involves so many steps and so many different people and moving parts, you know, one thing cannot get done until the next thing gets done. And so you're waiting 2 weeks for one person to frame the wall, and then you're waiting another week for someone to come in and hang the sheetrock. And then you got to have the mud and tape people, and then the texture's got to come in. And then the beadboard, we did a beadboard accent wall, has to be hung and installed, and the trim work has to be done, and then the cabinets have to be done. But so it really takes a lot of patience sometimes. You don't ever want to lose your temper too badly because you don't want the contractors to ghost you and just not show up at all. But let me kind of go over a little bit of everything that has changed. Obviously, there's a wall where there wasn't one before. This is the wall where the headboard for the bed will go for the Honeymoon suite. We've got built-in nightstands on each side, and it's not in the camera's view. I could only fit so much, but we also have a pretty good sized 6 foot wide closet for overnight guests to hang their things. On this back wall, you'll see a built-in cabinet with butcher block. That is the future breakfast bar. We'll have a microwave in the bottom, a mini fridge, a toaster on top with like a coffee area, just so the honeymooners can make a little breakfast the morning after their wedding. The fireplace is pretty much the same. Now, if you go back and you watch that first video, video 96, you will see that around the hearth of the fireplace and around the French doors, there were slate tiles. Randy and I actually rented a tool to remove, well, I rented the tool, Randy removed the tile. I had nothing to do with that. To remove the tile. That way we can have one continuous flooring. Once we finally decide what kind of flooring we actually want in here, we keep going back and forth, and you can't see it, but we have a beautiful wood ceiling in here, and that's really been the dilemma. What kind of flooring is going to look good in here and not compete with the wood ceiling? It'd be really difficult to match a wood flooring with the ceiling, and I really kind of like the ceiling to be the, you know, the main centerpiece of the room. So I've been looking at maybe doing a slate. In fact, I have a sample. It's a little bit dusty, but it's a very similar color to the walls, and it would create a really monochromatic look in here, which I am a monochromatic person. I love using similar colors in design. A little bit color phobic, as some people say, but anyway, we have to finish the floors. We've got to paint the built-in cabinets. We've got to stain the butcher block. We've got to caulk and paint the bead board. Obviously, eventually we're gonna have to get a bed in here. And then we might actually be ready to rent the space out. Until then, it's just another one of those patience projects.